So I landed on the 4th of September here in Madrid and have now been here just over a month. Got my keys, moved in, absolutely no problems at all, which I was not expecting. Check you've got everything, as I've got here, and don't have an oven. No oven, so I'm sort of lacking on things I can cook. I've got a hob, 2 microwaves, so I'm not totally without, but sort of you realise what options you do and don't have not having one. I know there's other people who have also had these issues. It's just like things you wouldn't expect not to have. Now, I'm from Yorkshire, I like my Yorkshire puddings, and to be honest, it would have been nice to be able to sort of make one now and then, have home comfort food, but hey ho, we'll survive, it's fine. But overall, of a month being here, I've tried quite a lot of new things. I've tried going to as many places as I can. There's organised companies like City Life, ESN I believe it's called, Smart Insider. They run so many activities and meetups, and a lot of them are free or discounted prices. So I've been trying to go to as many of them as I can, and with that I've tried salsa. Not going to say any more as to whether or not I was any good at it. Bowling, obviously I've done that, can do that in England, no problem. Been roller skating, to an indoor disco one. Quite recently I've been to an outdoor cinema. I loved that experience. UK need to pick this idea up, I think. Like, even in Madrid, it's only seasonal, it's only here over summer, so we only just managed to go to it before it stops. Now if you are in another country and going to the cinema, just check what language the film is going to be in. Yes, Johnny English, it's an English film. However, we sat down, the advert started, they were all in Spanish. We had a small idea that the film was then also going to be in Spanish. We stayed, watched the whole thing, still really enjoyed it. Great experience of sitting outside in a deck chair watching it, with people in their cars behind us watching it. Still funny. John English, you don't need to understand what is really being said, to be honest. But yeah, definitely I'm gonna recommend it to anyone else to watch, and I'm gonna go watch it myself in English. So I ended up going on a day trip to Aranjuez and Chichon. Don't take my word on that I'm saying them correctly, because I am pretty sure I'm not, but yeah, that was a really nice day out. Up at crack of dawn, we got back about 9 o'clock in the evening. The first place we went to, there was a palace, a nice park, gardens to the palace. We had a tour around that, not the inside of the palace. We could pay for that if it was an optional, but wasn't my cup of tea. I'd rather go walk around, see the sort of village as well that it was in. A lot of statues in the garden. We were shown the mythology of it. Really nice to learn a bit more about the culture of Madrid and Spain itself. The second place we went to brought us to a little village where you could literally walk from one side to the other side within 10 minutes, and there was a church, castle, but in the centre, in the bottom of the village, there was a bull ring. Now this is the first bull ring I've been to, seen, visited, whilst I've been here, and it was a great experience. I'm sort of undecided whether or not I'm going to go see a bullfight sort of, it's a hard one, because as much as it's like a great opportunity to see their culture and something that is natural to the people here, cruelty in it. Like, we complain about making like animals in circus, making bears dance. People complain about that, but I feel like bulls in bullfighting just isn't talked about the same. Like, it's just fine to people. So yeah, I'm in two decisions as to whether or not. But yeah, overall, it was a good experience. Then recently we've been for a hike, just outside. It's like, I think it was an hour away, out of the city centre. There's quite a lot of mountains, sort of, even if you just go venture out 15 minutes, you can see them in the distance. We decided to go on a hike. Now, the track we chose, we thought would only take 3 hours. Turned into a 7-hour hike, plus rock climbing. We climbed to the top, thought we got lost. Sat at one point with the most amazing viewpoint, absolutely beautiful. At one point you could see Madrid city in the distance, you could look down on the lake and the village below, absolutely beautiful. And then we continued going up. We got to the top, and that's when we started having to rock climb down the mountain. We were all saying that if our parents, mainly our mums, if they could see us, they'd probably kill us themselves, as, yeah, no. And as someone who isn't the best with heights, yeah, no, wasn't enjoying it to start off with on the descent down. But yeah, that absolutely tiring. My body ached for days after, but so glad I'm doing it, and I'll probably return to do it. Probably another route, but we'll see if that happens. With my body aching the day after, that's when I decided to go roller skating. So you can imagine, by the Monday, my body couldn't move. Now, this is one thing I love about Madrid, the parks and being able to come, sit, chill, bring a picnic, play some music, read a book. It's just sort of really relaxing, and for someone who's not used to the massive city, they're a good way for me to feel settled here, because it's a very overwhelming city as it is, but when you're not used to it, and it like always being busy no matter where you go is very overwhelming. So I enjoy coming to the park and just chilling, really. It's absolutely massive. There's so many things to see. There's a lake, and you can pay to go on rowing boats. There's loads of them. There's fountains. There's tennis courts just behind me. Whether or not you've got to pay for those, I don't know. But yeah, if you're in Madrid, you can't miss it on the maps, and people will tell you to go to it. So it's Park Buen Retiro. It is the largest in the city. It belonged to the Spanish monarchy until like the 19th century, until it became a public park. So yeah, there's quite a few parks around. I've also been to another one which is a bit close to where I live, and it is home to Temple de Bod. It's an Egyptian temple from the 2nd century BC, and as far as I'm aware, it was donated to Madrid to sort of save it from a flood or something. That's one thing I've sort of noticed here in Madrid. a lot of things are donated to them, a lot from Egypt, a lot of fountains, a lot of trees, to be honest. That's one thing I've noticed. There's trees donated from all over the world, to be honest. Like, there's trees from Los Angeles and other parts of America, Hawaii and China, absolutely loads. I'm aware that there is some in this park. I wouldn't have a clue which, because I don't know a lot about trees, but it just sort of shows a bit of history and connection with other countries that Spain has. Tomorrow I'm off on another day trip with Smart Insiders, so we'll see how that one goes. The City Life one was run really well, spoke in English, which is brilliant for me. So that one is to Senka and the Enchanted City, which is like an hour and a half drive, so early up and I can sleep on the coach, which is absolutely fine.